The village was never meant to be built around men. Only women can create the village that mothers, especially single mothers, need. That support system is often built by women without children and by the wiser older women who've already lived through it. Women are the ones who create safe spaces and protect what needs to be sustained from within. Childless women can provide stability and safety that allows mothers to replenish themselves and return to their roles with clarity, strength, and gratitude. It's so important for mothers to step back in without resentment and burnout. When they're not given the space to do this, it creates deep resentment and anger. And that gets projected onto the children and into the space. The wise older women provide nurturing, guidance, and restoration. That deep rooted motherly energy is something they naturally carry, and it's essential to a woman's healing after birth. They understand what needs to be preserved and what needs to be corrected before it becomes too hard to fix. Childless women are often overlooked or not fully trusted by mothers and wives, even when they are the safest, most secure, and clearest minded. There's an assumption that they don't understand, when in reality, they are a key part of what keeps everything stable. Just because a woman chooses not to have children doesn't mean she doesn't understand the depth of it or have love for children and mothers. A lot of the time, her awareness runs deeper, and that should be respected in women who make that choice. There has to be respect for everyone's roles that they're playing. Mothers can't treat the women around them like the help or like the man they wish they had. Y'all know it's true. That's where things fall apart. Support doesn't mean access to everything. It doesn't mean unloading every worry, frustration, or responsibility onto someone just because they seem available. When a woman offers you a safe space, you have to know how to receive it without overwhelming her. And for that to work, there has to be trust. A mother needs to know her child is safe while she takes time to restore herself. She needs to know the woman or women nurturing her children is grounded and aware. Trust is built through consistency and applied actions, and that has to be exhibited by everybody. This is how motherhood is meant to function. We've lost that structure through conditioning and personal issues. Women are carrying wounds, competition, jealousy, distrust, and unresolved emotions into spaces that require trust and safety. And it shows up in these subtle ways: comparison, discomfort when another woman is supported in a way you're not, or showing underlying resentment. Then questioning why things feel off. You can't build trust on top of that. If the foundation is off, the structure will fall apart. Let me say that again. If the foundation is off, the structure will fall apart. Women keep trying to build this system around men, and it fails because it's not natural. Men are not meant to be the emotional and structural foundation for something that requires feminine understanding and presence. When women try to force men into that role, it creates an imbalance, which is what we are experiencing now. A lot of women don't want to admit it, but they do try to force things onto men that men aren't responsible for. That's a hard truth, but it's still the truth. The more you accept this and allow men to do what they need to do to find their balance, the better things become for everyone. Men protect the space from other men and predators who may want to harm what women create. This is where they find purpose. Men need purpose. Let me say that again. Men need purpose. Without it, they can become unstable and a threat to the environment. Some of that may be inevitable, but that's where strong, balanced men come in. Children deserve parents who actually want them, and not every woman is meant to be a mother, even though many step into it anyway. The mother is a specific archetype. She requires patience, consistency, emotional stability, and the ability to put others before herself without resentment building over time. Many women start to build resentment around motherhood because they feel like they're making a sacrifice and not getting a return on their investment, so to speak. And you shouldn't look at it as a sacrifice, it's an amazing gift. But if you're not prepared to pour completely into a child, it is not for you. When a woman steps into this role without being ready, it shows up in the child and it spills into every space around them. A lot of what gets called needing a village is someone trying to compensate for something deeper that was never addressed. That can never be the reason. Motherhood is one of the most important roles in society, but it will only be respected when women start treating it that way. Until this is understood, the same patterns will keep repeating. Women will continue to feel unsupported, overwhelmed, and emotionally burnt out. Some difficult choices have to be made, and that's what forces women to sit with themselves and discover their true purpose and role in life. You don't have to follow what the world tells you to do. Listen to yourself so the structure needed for your growth and evolution can fall into place the way it's supposed to. But it starts with each individual woman doing the work to evolve so we can reach a real place of balance. I wanted to start reading my Substacks instead of just filming them and putting pictures and videos. And so I thought this would be a great way to, connect deeply and, more personal with you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll do more of my Substack readings like this if you guys like it. But make sure you guys go to my Substack to read this full article as well as my others. And again, thank you guys for your continued support. I appreciate it.